We have to negotiate better to protect our kids. I was in the army. I know what it's like to be there and getting a call and saying, hey, you're going to Kosovo. Hey, you're going to Bosnia. Hey, you're going to this. Hey, you're going to that. I understand that fear of having your kids go to wars that you don't want them to go to that. Well, who the hell wants their kids to go to war? Nobody does. We don't want that. But at the same time, when you're sitting there choosing allies, you don't sit there and say, well, that guy, he does this, but he also does this. Do you like us? Yes. Can we do business together more than we can with these guys? These guys want to kill me. You just want to beat me when we negotiate. I'm going to try to learn how to be a better negotiator than you. But this guy wants to kill me. Let's do business. And that's a very easy thing. I'll never forget, a guy comes into my office. He wanted to buy 10% of my insurance company after being around for 6 months for $500,000, John. So he comes in and we agree 10%, he gets to buy it for $500,000, okay? And he had gone to Wharton Business School. I like this guy. Beautiful wife, good-looking kids, smart guy. And we're in the office in Woodland Hills. It's 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 at night. And we're about to do the deal. He says, yeah, I don't know if I want to do this. I said, why? He says, because you're a very good negotiator. I said, what's your point? He says, I don't think I'm getting the better end of the deal. I said, I'm putting the valuation of the company at $5 million. You're able to buy 10% for $500,000. You think I'm getting the better end of the deal? Pat, you know you're a good negotiator. I say, let's say I am, because I won't disagree with you. Let's say I am, because I'm a good negotiator. Would you rather partner up with a business owner that sucks in negotiation and you guys wear the same color jersey? Or you team up with a guy that's a great negotiator, but you guys wear the same jersey? Which one would you rather do? It's a good point, but I can't do it for $500,000 at 10%. No problem. We walked. That 10% today would have been almost $50 million for him. $500,000 would have made $50 million. He was afraid. But it's okay. I don't mind negotiating with people sometimes that are better than me. If we're on the same team, let's go. Maybe you want a little bit more than I did. That's okay. That I don't have a problem with. You can walk away being upset. We've all been on both sides of the negotiation. But the other guy wants to put me out of business. The other guy wants to kill me. The other guy wants me to file bankruptcy. I'm definitely not teaming up with this guy.
You made the point there about the Iranian people, and I know of Iranian people who are, as you say, utterly charming. And they'll often say proudly, we're Persian too, which is always interesting to me. But of course, what we see on the televisions is that horrendous regime. I often think to myself, by the way, that many of those revolutionaries that overthrew the Shah had been to Western universities. They'd learned a lot of what they'd learnt, and also come to the view that the West is degenerate and lost and evil, whilst they were in the West, which is a worry in itself. But leaving that aside, it does seem to me that there must be many people in the Middle East, not just in Iran, who would be quite happy to see Iran, the regime, not the country, the regime taken down a peg or two. We don't hear much of it, but there are a lot of people in the Middle East, it seems to me, plenty of nations that are probably kind of hoping that Israel might actually prevail here. Is that a fair comment? In relation to that regime and the bomb?
I don't disagree, of course. Trump almost did it on his last administration. If Trump would have gotten reelected, Iran, their current regime is done. Done.
You're making a very interesting point there. You're saying the world would be a safer place if Trump had been returned.
By the way, if Iran truly becomes a democracy, and they have somebody runs it who is maybe not a monarchy, although even if they had that, to be like a smaller UK, right? If they had somebody that ran it like that, or a democracy, and all this Hezbollahs are out, I would even guesstimate 70 to 80% of all the chaos in the Middle East would be gone. Gone. All the proxy militaries are gone. All of them. Who funds the Houthis? Who funds, Hezbollah? Who funds Hamas? Who funds all those? Gone. Now what do you do? So now Saudi's going to sit there and say, as long as we didn't do it, we're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to pick sides because we are neighbors and we have to find a way to get along with these guys. As long as we're not the ones that made them fall. Israel did it. Do you take ownership for that? We did it. We're good now. If we just signed Ronaldo, can we also sign somebody else? Can we bring also golfers? Can we bring some of these basketball players and pay them $300 million a year? You guys are willing to come? As long as we have that, we're okay. You kidding me? Dubai is going to be like all day long. Yeah, Iran's getting in the way of a lot more success and business being done there. Yeah, no, I agree. But in order for that to happen, it's not going to happen under Biden. It's just not going to happen under Biden.